Jeez, we're back. We're back. The part-timers are back. It's been a minute. Yes, yes. Not all of us are here, you know. But we out here though. Chris is here. Dan's here. Wegz is here. How's everyone been? You know what we saying?
Well, good.
Man's bored, fam.
Edit, bro. Yes. Well, it's been a long time since we recorded. Obviously, these are not the situations we want to record in. But boy, you know, we have to make it work. We're on Zoom. You know, quarantine. We've been in quarantine for a minute, but we've got a lot to discuss today still. But how you guys been coping with quarantine and blah blah and all that shit?
Yeah, not bad. I mean, it's been time. I'm not gonna lie, 2 months and a bit now. It's been.
When was the last time we recorded the podcast?
I'm saying a year.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I think it's been a year. It's been a bit mad.
Man's going on about what's going on the last 2 months. Yeah, it's been a year since you man spoke to the people, bro.
Bruv, it's been a hot minute.
For real.
No, we always wanted to get back, obviously, but you know, with the current situation, you know, we were just trying to sort something out. But when everything is open, we'll be back regularly, etc. You know, the website's out, back and popping. You know, Dan's doing his bit on that. We're all going in on that as well. So yeah, man, we're gonna be back with more content. You know, playlists, etc. But I think today the discussion is Blackout Tuesday, about what the industry proposed and the social media movement that is currently going on, with people uploading black squares in solidarity for the Black Lives Matter movement. And I think music labels said they wanted to stand with the community of black artists, employees, colleagues, and the community leaders, etc. So just your thoughts on it, and do you think it will be successful, and what do you think going forward? What are your thoughts on it first off, with the Blackout Tuesday?
Who wants to go? Who wants to go? This
All right, should I kick it off, yeah, guys? I'll kick it off.
I'm looking what?
I think, like, let's be real, right? It's a nice idea, innit? Do you get me? Solidarity, the openness of solidarity is a nice, like, thing to say we're going to do. Like, it's nice for them to come out and have a stance. If we're really being real, if we're talking about the exploitation of black people, of black culture, the music industry is probably one of the biggest, like, vehicles of doing that. So it's nice for them to come out and say, you know, let's do this Blackout Tuesday. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful look. But when you dig deeper, what is actually going to be done about it? Especially when you're one of the reasons why we could argue this is, I won't say they're one of the reasons it's a problem, but they're not helping. Like, you know, they're number one out here for exploiting black culture. Let's be real. So what are we really saying?
I hear that. My thoughts on it are probably just a bit like it's something just going on Instagram and just seeing, like, I've never seen something like such a big thing like this impact such a mad culture just over social media. Obviously, going through this COVID stuff, it's a good way of like showing protest and how much people are with it. But I don't know if it kind of harms the message, just because, like, obviously trying to put that out there and trying to get change and just putting technically a black screen, it says you support it, but what's that? Everyone could just post that if they wanted to. It doesn't need to be a simple day. But that's I get where it's coming from the music perspective, and the fact that they obviously started it and they wanted that to happen. But really and truly, who's pushing the plug on this? And is it like actually pushed from a culture, or is it just pushed from people in big industries?
I'm probably with Chris on this one. I do feel it's a bit PR-ish, because I do feel companies and the music industry and brands know if they don't do it, then their Twitter is going to be flooded. It's weird because I get the intention, but I don't know if the execution was wavy, because when it comes to black music and just music in general, as Chris stated, like, the music industry is like the biggest exploitation of that. So my thing is, if you were serious about it, then you would have been doing this one from time, and you wouldn't be giving artists shitty deals, or you wouldn't be exploiting their situations because they come from poorer backgrounds. Sorry, even like in terms of brands, there was that I forgot her name. I think it's Monroe Berghoff, who did she was a transgender model for L'Oreal. And she was speaking about Black Lives Matter and institutional racism back in like 2016 or 17, and they booted her off. And then 2 days ago, or I think yesterday, they must have like tweeted a picture saying speak out because it's worth it. So it's kind of like, you know, the message is misconstrued there. Like, are you know what I mean? Are you doing this just because it's the cool thing to do? like, oh, you generally doing this, and for me, I don't think it's genuine in it. That's why I was just like, I get everyone doing it, and it's a sick message, but I'm just like, it's a bit PR-ish for me in it. Like, you're just doing it just because.
I think what you said is a bit mad about how, like, are they doing it because they care, or is it protection? Because do they, like, if you know, and especially the people that people have been gotten onto, like, let's be real, I've seen threads of all sorts of, like, companies, businesses, industries been getting onto by people.
Yeah.
Do you think that people are kind of posting stuff about it less because they care, or more because it's like a protection mechanism for themselves? Like, they don't want to be the one that's not doing it. Do you get me?
I think it's that. I think it's the thing to do right now, innit? Because that L'Oreal one is a prime example of back day when it wasn't popular and when she was voicing her opinions on Black Lives Matter, etc. Like, if you wanted to make a statement and if you wanted to do something, you would have done it back then, but you didn't. Now everyone's kind of doing it. It just feels like brands and labels on one, especially with music. Because as I said, you look at the exploitation of black music. Like, if you were real, then give a couple, you know, give money out or donate to like grassroots labels or give back a couple artists back their masters or something. But
throw a couple record deals out there,
you get like stop like taking out artists like that. But I don't think I don't think they're going to. I just feel as they're just kind of doing it because it's the wave right now. Like, if they change their behavior going forward, then hey man, I hold my hands up and be like, rah, then maybe I was wrong. But I don't know, man. History precedes itself, innit? So
no, bro. You saying that on it?
But it is only the beginning, though, isn't it? Like, how much they've not had that much time to. Well, I suppose they've had time to do stuff, but since it's become a thing, like the Blackout Tuesday, that's kind of, it's almost like ground zero. It's like, what are you gonna do now?
Basically,
that's true. I mean,
yeah, I agree. It's the start. The thing is, the whole thing about it, I agree with you. Obviously, the brands are doing it as damage control to an extent, and they have to. And I'm not saying they might be 100% sincere with it, but the thing is, it's about acknowledgement and about education right now. We know, as black people, I think most people are smart enough to be aware that these companies aren't necessarily doing stuff out of the goodness of their heart. They haven't made a sudden kind of change, and they've obviously done loads of stuff to harm the black community in the past. But the thing is, with events like this is almost like we're trying to create a turning point. Now, obviously, Blackout Tuesday, whatever it's called, isn't going to solve everything by people putting black squares. What I took it as is that everything else pauses and we only post stuff about Black History Month, you know, Black Lives Matter and stuff of that nature. I didn't think it was a cut out just thing. It's about education and just having that be the only focus for the day. And I think in some ways that's happened.
Yeah.
But I don't know, people are still battling that point. I'm not sure why.
Was this something that the music industry themselves, like, did it start from them, or was it of something that someone else said and they jumped on?
I first saw it on a lot of A&Rs and DJs pages. So I think I first saw it from the industry. I don't know if it was taken by anything else, but that's when I first saw it. I don't know if it was the latter.
Maybe, but
I got told by friends in the dance community, to be fair. I didn't really know about it until I woke up this morning. Well, I knew of it and literally woke up and was like, bro, like, what's this? And then I looked into it a bit more and I was like, okay, that makes sense. But then as the day went on, obviously your thought process goes a bit like, who started this? And why is it all of a sudden happen on a Tuesday? Because the other thing which I did see was that in America, of course, that it's like the first day of voting for like the electoral stuff. And happening kind of the same coincidence of that. And like, it kind of stops people from voting for their local governors and people like that. So that was a bit, when I started to find out that stuff through the day, I was a bit like, well, this seemed a bit sus on who started it.
Why is that sus though? Is that not a good thing? So they're like literally pushing this message when it's election time. That's a good thing.
On the first day of election, it's a bit different to start it on the exact same day of the first day. Like if they did it like yesterday or the day before, like
why is it? What's the problem with it starting on the same day?
Because usually, like if we, like in UK, if we had to vote, if they obviously our voting days are literally one day and that's it. I don't know how they do it in America, but if we did this on the day that we had to vote, it wouldn't really push people to go out there and vote. Does that make sense?
I think you'd attach the message to it, yeah. But I would, like, if you're pushing a message that this is what conservative doing, or this is the lack of care shown towards black people, that might push people to vote. That acknowledgement of that happening will push people to vote against that system.
That's true.
I think that can only be a good
These
thing.
things are timed nicely, though. They know what they're doing, innit? Like,
That's
when they
the
time
part
this.
of me that's coming out.
Do you get me?
Feels
Don't
like-
get twisted. I'm here for it, man. If it's gonna make a change in them, I said them high places, especially in America, man, because we all know that guy Trump is a big wanker. Like, if there's, I see what I'm saying. If it makes a change, I'm here for it. If it's contrived, maybe it is contrived, but do you know what I mean? If it works out for the better, I can't complain.
It's weird from the music standpoint because my thing is with these brands and in the music industry, you lot only look fucked up like when you're doing these things or when issues like this happen because you don't have black people. Like black people have been trying to tell you, or in higher places. So when things like this happen, a Pretty Little Thing or a L'Oreal, they look bad because they haven't got anyone in their circle to be like, don't do that, don't put that out. So my thing is like, I don't know if it's genuine in a sense because even in the music sense, like when it comes to big artists, I remember artists got a 5K for a 3-album deal. Like that's just disrespectful. But when they voiced it back then, they're mad. But now it's cool to jump on the wave. You want to be like, yeah, man, I stand next to black artists and I stand next to, but we were saying this years and years ago, but you didn't listen then. And why is it taking something like this to happen for you to be like, yeah, man, we want to do this? Even like I said on the music side, like, why is it taking this to happen for you to be like, yeah, we stand by our black radio hosts and our back when we curate the culture? Like the culture is us.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, that's kind of obvious. Like, they should have been standing, and I thought that's the point we're trying to make. You should have been standing by us this amount of time. Like, it's way bigger than the music industry. I'm not saying you're just saying it's just the music industry.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not necessarily just saying like, oh, they're suddenly showing. It's like saying, well, you've neglected us for this many years when we've done this much, and it's about trying to bring attention to that, no? And that's, I don't know. I'm kind of in between on that one, but ultimately there needs to be more black businesses and more support for black businesses. And I feel like the overall thing, I mean, obviously, well, not the overall thing, but a big part of us growing as a culture, I've said this before and we had this conversation already, is black business and the promoting of black businesses and us supporting it, because we don't. And there's not enough access to it, and that's the problem.
No, I agree. I think even on that, in that sense, it's obviously we had this conversation. We're not going to be able to go all in. Man, I'm not telling people to stop shopping at Tesco and Asda Street. Come on, man, that's stupid. But what you could do is, I don't know, you could have like a little at the every. I tweeted this like earlier, like, and I was just having discussions with people like every last Friday of the month, you could just buy black, like just for that Friday. And even that's a bit gimmicky for me. I get what you're saying, and it's to make a start, and it makes sense. Even that's we're creating awareness. And the thing is, if I think about actual black businesses that I shop with or that I go to, brother, I can't even think of one really. Yeah, no, I know.
Really jumps, other than like, I don't know, on a normal, people go barbershop. But that's the only thing I can really think of that people regularly go to a black person for.
Them businesses open right now, boy.
But that's the only thing I can think of. And the thing is, like, there is probably a black corner shop or black supermarket of that nature somewhere. But I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it. Like, if there's more awareness of people building this, and like I said, it's a slow process. That's the thing. But awareness needs to happen. We need to be communicating the fact that, oh, this is a black-owned business here, this is a black-owned business there. Because if I have to, rather than go up the road, I have to drive for half an hour, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I don't know what's out there. And then again, that comes down on me as well. I need to do that research as well. And I think as a community, we need to do that research. We need to keep the money within our race, within the black community.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think there should be a source of a place where this stuff is published?
There is. But no, there's websites. You just need to search it, but we don't do that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, I'm saying we. I haven't necessarily done that until thinking about all of this, and then it's kind of knocked me into gear and think we need to make that change. We need to get more power in society, and that comes from us owning black businesses and supporting and growing as a black community.
Yeah,
and
I hear that. But
trying to create more powerful. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, and it's not easy, but it has to be attempted. No,
I think
I think we've been trying that kind of like, let's try and infiltrate white spaces routine for a long time. I think let's rather than trying to, because let's say, like, cause I think Dan's right. Don't get twisted. Like, Dan's 100% right. But we talk a lot about black ownership and stuff like that. And I think for a lot of I think the problem is the reason that hasn't happened so far is that for a lot of black people, we're trying to infiltrate the higher white spaces rather than create our own high black ones. Do you get me? Like, we've been conditioned into believing that success has been able to sit at the top of their tables as opposed to our own.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of where that comes into, and even tying it back into kind of the whole music debate. And this is a question I wanted to put to you guys. Like, we're talking about infiltrating black spaces. Like, we all know how much black culture is in a lot of that music industry. Why has there almost been that glass ceiling? You know, because there are some influential artists out there for sure, man. There's artists that say shit and people start moving. Do you get me? Why have they only gotten to that certain level? Why have they not gotten
Look at the head of record labels. Look at the executives. Look at all of them. They're all white, no matter what. Well, not all, but majority white. Like, so they're still holding the top of that. Even if you see like a big artist, say as Stormzy, I know he has his own label, but there's white people making money off that. There's white people. I mean, I don't know his whole situation, so I don't. I'm just saying. It could be. Like I said, I was just saying the biggest artist I could think of, or Drake or someone white is making a lot of money off these artists anyway. Like, there's always that kind of. There's someone at the top that's not allowing enough black people. I think we've come leaps and bounds, though, I have to say.
I think one of the major challenges is probably, like, if you did start up your own label, like, since we mentioned Stormzy, like, obviously he was signed to his own label at the beginning, Mercury Records, but obviously he needed support to make it, like, publishers to the point where he's at now.
Yeah, but, like, is Mercury Records like connected to a bigger record company? I'm not sure. That's what I need to. I'll search it now.
Atlantic, I think. Atlantic Records.
Atlantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. It's always connected to a big label with probably white executives, I'd assume. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm happy to be corrected.
You're right, but it's weird with the executive thing, only because if you're getting that money, and it's not, obviously we're not saying that, but it's not a bad thing, innit? My thing is just that, like, Stormzy is a perfect example of getting that money, even though signing with Atlantic, and reinvesting, doing the stuff with Cambridge, and, you know, just doing and with the books and everything. So I said, I'm not even saying, like, because I think what you said, Chris, that question is poignant because it's lack of education, lack of power, lack of control. But then, as Dan said, we've made leaps and bounds in it. So if you want to sign to a major and you get that money, for me, that's cool, innit? Because you now have to reinvest that on the ground to build yourself up now. You can't just have that money and just, obviously I shouldn't be counting people's pockets in that, but now we're in a place where you lot, the black prominent celebrities and whatnot with money and power have to now come together and have to put money into something, or put money into something grassroots, something that you feel has potential, so that can grow. Because I feel like you make those changes. Like, say we have a podcast and we start to film it, we grab a black cameraman, and then that happens, and then, you know what I mean? It's like a domino effect. It's them minute changes that contributes to the whole thing.
Do you think, though, it's because of the situation of, like, the longevity of certain, like, business, like recording studios and all that kind of stuff? Like, do you think it's because there's so much competition, like the Atlantic Records, the Sonys, all of that at the top, which can, like, who's this individual artist trying to push their own label and just, like, pushing that aside and literally...
That's about building. They make money off the artist.
How can you build when there's companies at the top which have signed these artists, and it's literally education. But how do you do
education? No. So I'm saying now we're in a place where people don't need record labels as much as they did, right? If we're just talking music, not as much as they did. Not like
that much artists that make it without record labels.
Loads of people.
I think you signed
made it.
I think you signed a
Chance is a
big to be fair, there is this kind of attitude that signing the label is making it. So a lot of independent as well as they've done, in their mind, they've not reached success until they're backed by a label.
I don't think a label's needed straight away. That's what I'm saying. There's plenty of independent people that have done brilliantly. And what I'm saying is people who have done well, so like a Murky Records or something like that, that kind of information, if they've got people within that have learned about how the record industry works, music industry works and stuff like that, they can pass on that information and that stuff, and they can work with younger artists and then become something themselves because they've learned about it. The problem is before is no one knew about the business. If we're talking about music exclusively, no one knew about the business side to that degree, which is why they had to collaborate with these big labels. But now, as people are owning their own labels and working independently, they're understanding more about how the music industry works and how the business side works, and they can pass on that information and start their own labels, and then that's how they can rise. Because if they're doing that and they're attracting the big artists, other record labels ain't gonna have nothing to do. If they don't have artists, what can they do?
No,
and that's the thing.
That makes sense.
That's what I mean about education. It's all about us understanding and working out how things work. But like I said, I don't know anything. I'm not in the music industry. But if we're talking about specifically that,
smoke for 5 minutes straight. I don't know nothing.
No, I don't. It's all my thought.
I said, nah, hey, bro, don't quote me, though.
He keeps humble. He keeps it humble at all times, isn't it?
Nah, brother, I don't have answers, bro. I have my thoughts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bro. I don't know the answer. Bro, not no one, but I'm still ignorant to a lot of things, man.
It definitely goes back to the education and just the structure of it. But I do think, especially when it comes to music, like having people around you and working with the people that are around you trustworthy, it makes them changes. Those minute changes then contribute to the bigger changes at the top. I always feel like with matters and movements like this, people trying to attack the top straight away, man, we need to do this, or, you know, big money needs to come in, etc. Whereas if you're doing little things and you're employing black people around you, and then other black people are seeing that, and hopefully they're clean-hearted and inspired by that, and they start their own thing, I said that starts a movement. Like that starts a ripple, which starts a wave, which starts to like a tsunami. So that's another thing that we need to do, especially in this industry that we dominate as black people, whether that is A&Rs, managers, videographers, photographers, everything. Especially now where I said the sounds that are dominating the charts are all from us. So I just think it's very crucial to have people around you and to make a conscious decision to kind of, obviously they have to be good, but employ your own kind as well. So we have the information now in it, and we have examples now in it. Like these kids, the next generation, they have so many examples of different ways of getting money, man. Like they got the YouTube way, the gaming way, like music. They got everything, content. Like that's their bag. So they have so many examples.
Again, I don't want to place too much focus on entertainment. That's, I feel like, still a problem as well. Like we can make it outside the entertainment industry, and I still feel like there's a massive focus on it. Like we need to learn how to run businesses properly. I've been saying this. Like I still feel like we don't run businesses properly, which is why, like I said, again, it might be partly due to my ignorance, but I don't know many black businesses because they're not run properly. And they take black products and kind of mass market, like, what's that restaurant called? Turtle Bay. That's like the worst Caribbean food I've ever tasted in my life.
Tomorrow, I've never seen a black person.
I've never been there, bro.
Bro, it's disgusting. But it's a Caribbean food chain.
Yeah.
There's not many. Well, nothing to that level. That's the biggest Caribbean chain that operates in the UK that I know of. I might be wrong again, but that I know of. And they're not owned by black people.
But that goes back to lack. We didn't have access to money like that, and we weren't getting. Obviously, we don't know how to run. But we weren't getting access to money and access.
Yeah, we weren't given those opportunities, obviously. But the thing is,
we weren't given those opportunities at all. So
we need to build to the point where, like I said, it's supply and demand. We live in a capitalist society. If we're producing something, I mean, it's still, obviously they're going to make it 10 times harder. I'm not saying it's easy, like, and again, I don't have the answers, but if we can provide stuff and own it ourselves, then we'll produce. Go on, Dwain.
Question: do you feel now, with everything that's going on, that the others or white communities will be putting their money to black businesses as well? You see how you're saying, say if there was a successful Caribbean restaurant, do you think someone would be like, a white person would be like, let me back this?
It depends how cynical they are and how, I don't know. It's hard because I want to think that with all this going on, they might start seeing money in it, because now they're going to see, hopefully, well, what we should see is more black people looking like we are. and saying, you know what, I want to invest, I want to work with black businesses, I want to buy from black businesses. And if companies can see that people are looking for that and that's what people are demanding, then I don't know, there might be a shift. But again, it depends how badly racist it is at the top. I still think they'll probably hold back black people as much as they can.
I hear that. I'm more or less.
I think what you see is white businesses stocking more black products. That's how they go. That's what they're going to try and do.
Yeah,
which is the worst thing.
Yeah,
because they'll just be trying to make money by exploiting black people as they always do. Just to
repackage the culture and sell it back to us at more money.
Bro, they'll probably make a sweets or some sweets with black, like you know the Skittles where they done a clear. They'll probably all black Skittles or some bullshit, bro. Where they'll try and gas us over some bullshit, bro.
For anyone that missed what we're talking about a footballer called Bonucci, and he had an incident where he had a teammate on his team which scored a goal.
Yep.
And he celebrated in Italy, I think it was last year? 2 years?
Yeah.
Because Moyes team moved.
It was an away game, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think it was against Calgary. And
right.
Calgary fans were abusing him, and it was mad, like mad abuse. But then the captain, Bonucci at Juventus, basically said, it was 50-50. Like he should have insinuated them to react to this. And
I said he's partly to blame.
Yeah, stuff like that. The ignorance is wild. I just laugh.
But then he posted.
Right, let me ask you a question. Innit?
He posted today. That was mad. We're gone.
Yeah.
Are we excluding the possibility of redemption? Like he could now be an educated guy. Somebody could have sat him down and explained.
His situation's bare mad. Like I like what Chris was saying about the redemption part was the way he went about it is probably like just for the moment, but his true feelings are probably hidden so far behind that it's just an act.
Do you feel people can change in their 30s when you've had that mindset for so long?
People can always change, man. Education can always change.
They can change anytime.
Oh, why'd you stand underwater, bro?
Who, me?
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right.
Oh, now you're... Can people actually change? Those
of course things? They can.
That's what we're banking on. Do you get me?
They can change. They need to, bro. Acknowledge your past actions. And he should have done that in the tweet. He said Black Square thought that is his redemption.
That one and the Chelsea one, horrible. Man, on
I can't believe Chelsea done that. But Chelsea are a piece of shit club. Like, I can't lie.
Yeah.
Like, if you're black and you support Chelsea, I always question you. No offense.
Get me, Dan. I'm looking at you lot. If you're black and you support Chelsea, yeah.
Because if some of the incidents, I mean, I'm sure probably they have happened on the side. I'm not saying United don't have racist fans, but if some of the incidents that happened with Chelsea were publicised as Man United doing it, I would have left that club a long time, man. I can't lie.
Well, with Chelsea. Yeah,
no, I'm saying I haven't seen, like I said, if I saw United like acting in the way Chelsea have over a number of years, I probably would have.
I think every club has racist fans.
Yeah, no, 100. That's what I'm saying. I said 100% we do, but we haven't had the same type of incidents that Chelsea. Like I feel like Chelsea's built on racism. I can't lie, or has a fundamental foundation built in racism.
Big statement.
I'm exaggerating.
I said the foundations of that club is just racism, bro.
Definitely. That's them the racist football hooligans, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, true. Them man and Chelsea fans, it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
True. We saw what they were like with Raheem Sterling that game. That old white don. That was crazy.
Bro, you remember? I swear when we went Tottenham Chelsea, they were shouting us in the stand. They were trying to focus everything at us, man. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Was it Chelsea? It was Chelsea. I swear it was.
And it was the Man City one as well. We went to the other one.
Or was it maybe it was the Man City one?
Yeah, there was a couple of fans.
I just remember us sitting there and the fans on the other side, they were looking directly and pointing at us.
Yeah, they were waiting
for their chance. Like, we're going to beef you over Tottenham. Like, big man.
Like, I don't care. He just get to enjoy the game, 1. And 2, I don't support Tottenham.
I couldn't care less. You think I'm ever beefing over a football team? You must be stupid.
I support Arsenal.
That's the
I'm
dumbest.
not beating no one for Arsenal because not right
Bro,
now.
You lot
I'm not fighting over a football club. That's the dumbest shit.
Win the league first. I might want to defend your honour, innit? But right now, my team don't even have no honour to defend. Fam.
I mean, none of our teams do. Neither of our teams do. So
But going back to the original topic, like, is there anything different or mad that people have seen during obviously the Blackout Tuesday?
I've just seen loads of videos and people trying to educate each other, which is good.
No, I
Yeah,
get it.
And I think that should continue. The thing is, I just don't want it to end in this week or this month.
Yeah.
I should be continually seeing stuff about black businesses or seeing the bad things that are happening being publicized. And I need to see all that constantly, not just today. That's the only thing.
That's a fact.
But I've seen a lot of it. The thing is, a lot of people, the people who just posted that and posted nothing else, I question them. I feel like you're just jumping on a bandwagon. If you just posted a black square and nothing else, you're jumping on a bandwagon.
There's a couple that I need to, that I saw on my thing. I said, okay.
Because like everything I see in people's stories or on Insta that I've said, okay, this is education or this is thing, I've tried to put in my story or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think most people
the black business thing, I'm just trying to share that as much as possible, because as you said, I think that's the crux of it. That's the start of it. We just got to start this unity and supporting each other. And on top of that, I do think what you said earlier was key in the fact that we do need to start bigging up other successful black people in different fields. Like me and Chris were saying, there's one Donny that used to go to our sixth form called Silas, who's doing like engineering, and he's an electronic engineer, he's CEO, he's making robots, etc. He's met Obama and blah blah. And more light needs to be shone on those type of people in those type of fields as well.
But they need
because the youngest.
The thing is, they need to make themselves available as well. I feel like a lot of black people do partly sometimes forget to come back.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's where I think a lot of the problem kind of is for me, in the sense that they go in.
Expand.
They go into something and they lose themselves because they're clouded by so much different things that they're reaching at the top end. If they get to that far, get to that stage, I mean, and it's like there's a disconnect. Now, when there's a disconnect, it's a bit more difficult for them to resonate with people, because they probably they can go away for 4 years and forget how it feels completely. Now, I'm not saying that's for everyone, but that's what tends to kind of happen when you see people talking out on things. Like, you need to kind of be grounded. That's what
who you are, innit?
Yeah.
There was something Dan said a few weeks ago, maybe a week ago, about assimilation, innit? Like, we're always, any space we go into, we're trying to be more like them to succeed. And I feel like this is what I mentioned earlier about the reason there's no people at that top representing us is because to get there, they almost have to, they feel at least that they need to distance themselves from us because they need to assimilate to being like these people. So they're going to these people's events, they're going to their social gatherings, they're networking with them, all the while leaving, their relationship with their roots, weakening that.
Yeah, we have to put on that white voice, man. That's the problem. We have to put on a white voice. What's that film, bro? Lakeith.
Oh, yeah, the salesman one, innit? I actually haven't seen it,
Which one?
Yeah, all right, cool. It takes a mad turn. Let me not even. Sorry to bother you.
What's the film?
Oh, that one. Oh, it takes a mad turn. Yeah, I haven't seen it still.
What's the film?
It's Lakeith Stanfield. You know Lakeith Stanfield? Is it Stanfield?
Yeah, which is in
Lakeith Stanfield.
Atlanta, Get Out, bear shit. But yeah, he works in a call center, but he puts on this white voice and he rises up in it. But it goes left. But I don't want to say anything because you might ain't seen it.
Yeah, I need to watch that, bro.
Watch in it, and then we can actually discuss how left it goes. But I'm saying everyone has to put on a white voice to a degree. Like, I can't call parents and be like, yo, well, not that I want to go be like, yo, but I'm saying I have to change my tone. I can't be just like, hi, I have to be like, hi, I'm da-da-da. Like, I don't know. And I feel like that's assimilation, innit? Like, I don't know.
I would love to sit in on that conversation.
I
just had to do it a minute ago, bro.
And next thing you do it on air, fam.
I think the mad thing about that is that you have to convince them that the image they have of you in their head is wrong. You know how mad that is?
100%.
I haven't
time.
You have to be like, no, I'm friendly. Like, you have to put on that.
And exactly. And I have to convince you that I am good. You don't know me from Adam. You don't know me. I haven't spoken to you. But straight away, I have to be like, I have to smile. Like you said, I have to say that I'm friendly. The body language has to be right. So like, he's not one of them. Like,
he's not threatening.
Yeah, man. No, I've heard this. I've heard a bunch of them. Like, one day I'll do a total. But we can switch it. We can go to the music.
Nail on the head at that point. I'm sorry, yeah. You hit the nail on the head, bro. Every single circle, you got to prove that you're not threatening. You got to prove that it's the most exhausting thing in the world.
Bro, you go on the tube on the train, they'll give you a look. They might not sit next to you. It's like, bro, come on, man. Yeah,
I'm just listening. One time, I'm cool with it. Yeah, don't sit next to me on the train, bro. Give me some space. That's the one time I let him with it.
Nah, it's mad.
Hey, just quick before we go on to something else. Has everyone in this group? I know Dwain and Chris 100% have, but I'm still gonna ask. Has everyone in this group experienced some sort of racism?
100, bro.
I know you two. You two were in Kent, so of course you did, bro. But still, I want to ask the question, innit? Wegz, what are you saying?
100%, bro. I mean, in the UK,
like direct racism though as well.
I think I might have told you all this situation when there was one match I played when I was at uni, and like their captain, it was against St. Mary's, obviously. Their captain basically, like, he got so vexed that he basically called me a nigger straight up. Well, he didn't basically. He called me a nigger, and he got booked for a foul in the first half against me.
I thought you were gonna get. But he said he get booked for calling you a nigger. I'm like, that is crazy.
Nah.
For you, nigga.
For me, the one that resonates because that full circle. It's I didn't react. Anyways, I must have fouled one of his teammates, and obviously as a captain, he wanted to get proper gassed, and he came across and like pushed, man. And the referee saw it, obviously gave him a second yellow. He got sent off. He was fuming. He had to, like, 4 or 5 men had to take him off the pitch. It was mad. And I was very relaxed, but it was supposed to be a free kick for them, but it got overturned because obviously he sent him off. So the free kick happened to us, and within like 30 seconds, I went out the other end and scored myself. So I felt a little bit of justice had been served in the space of like a minute.
But if he's saying that, he should be banned, bro. I don't care, bro. That's what needs to happen, like, completely.
Protection like that. That's the thing. Like, if the referee didn't hit, like, it's your word against his, and that's.
I think even the way you said, it's fucked, because even the way you said you didn't want to react. It's mad that you can be called something of a racial slur, but if you react, you're the madman.
Of course.
I think that's what's crazy. Like, subconsciously, we know. Like, if we move mad, all of a sudden, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm mad. If I start slapping people, they'll call me mad.
How many times that happens in professional football? When a black player starts acting mad out of the blue, I always know they definitely said something racist in their ear.
Yeah.
You see it so much where they start going mad, and you're like, nah, something racist has been said.
No, of course.
Then they'll get booked.
Yeah, because even in terms of, that's why Wegz, I wish you were in that PS4 party that me and Chris were just telling these men about how we grew up in Kent, bro. But even in terms of that, like, when I think back, I always say, like, when you're a kid, you're not taking in that information because you don't know. Like, you're a kid. Like, I was saying, like, to these men, like, my first probably experience of racism when I was in year 3, when I first moved up here, when I was back and forth, I moved up here, and it was one girl just turning the black shirt. And in my head, I remember standing outside the lunch when I was like, bro, what am I meant to do with this information? But looking back, I'm like, bro, she was racist, and we're like 7 years old. Like, you know what I mean? And it just goes on from in Kent, stories.
I'm not even gonna speak, bro. If I speak here,
you're wilding out, right?
Anyone from Kent watching this, fuck Kent, innit?
Bro.
That's what it says.
I mean, Kent's better than London, though, on the TL, though.
But hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, big man thing. On the TL, they're saying Kent's better than London, so.
Yeah.
What?
There was a minute on the TL. Obviously not today, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little minute on the TL. I saw a good few tweets that were like, Kent over London and all that. And I was like, you lot are lying to yourselves, but it's cool though. It's cute.
It's I think you can either turn up 2 ways, in all honesty. You can either turn out like a coon, if we're being real, or you can go the other way. Because there's a lot of people from those, once again, from those backgrounds. I've seen it. There's a couple of black people that grew up in Kent that feel that they have to adapt and they have to conform. So they'll allow certain behaviors. They'll diss certain people. They'll allow certain racial slurs to slide, etc. But then it's the other way where you can just be,
that was like that documentary, bro. What was that documentary? Well, not documentary. It was like a short film based on someone's life where it was in Essex. Was it in Essex?
Oh, Black Sheep.
Is that what it's called? Where he ended up dyeing his hair or changing his hair and his eye color and bleaching and all madness.
Oh, where was this? On TV?
It was a film by The Guardian.
Yeah.
Nah. It's on YouTube. You should watch it.
Like
It's very interesting.
It was a big deal. I think it got one award, no? Can't remember.
I think it did. Because that hit home for a lot as well. Even for me growing up in that year. For us to grow up in Kent, it will hit home. Like, definitely. There's certain things you're like, right, I felt that. Obviously, man weren't bleaching my skin or dyeing my hair and that. Come on, bro. That's nonsense. But, a lot of it did hit home. Like, that thing. It's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's filmed by The Guardian. It's on YouTube, definitely. I'll put it in the group so you look and watch it. It's still.
Experience, any?
Oh, yeah. But, like, I acknowledge that I probably have some privilege as someone who's mixed race rather than compared to someone who's of darker skin. And I acknowledge I have probably some privileges there. But I've weirdly experienced quite a lot of direct racism. But I feel like it's mostly happened within groups. And because obviously my groups are always all black as well. But yeah, I've had loads of incidents, man. But even as young, like, and that's just overt racism, like in your face.
Yeah.
But only the other day I got told to go back to my country, bro, or go back to where you're from. And that was like, bro, that was, we went to that day party for Dwain's birthday. So that was August, bro.
Oh, bro.
That happened there.
Wait, when did it happen?
August.
No, it happened on my way back.
Oh, shit.
At Victoria Station. Some white family.
Shit.
I thought I said it, but obviously not. I said it to someone, but yeah. So that was the other day.
If I started stories, where do I even?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not trying to start too many stories because I feel like that will be like we'll all be here.
That'll be a whole nother podcast in itself.
I mean, it'd be 80% Dwain and Chris, but
yeah. What's funny is even when I speak to my dad about him working in predominantly white spaces, obviously he's felt that as well. So there's certain lines I'll say and he's like, yeah, I've heard that as well. So it's mad, like all across the board. Like it's crazy still.
And it's in workplaces, but again, it's a lot of ignorance. But even the other day, I got someone doing the same old. Why is there a Black History Month? Why is there not a White History Month? I had that in the staff room, and I was the only one who spoke up as well. I was like, I was so shocked that people are still saying, like, grown people.
I think that's the thing that bothers me the most. It's like this it's like this kind of like counter racist culture. Like, okay. Bro. Like, people seem to be angry at the fact that we're angry. Like, to me, I'm getting wound up just thinking about it, man. Like, to me, like, people are out here arguing against us protesting because we want the right to just be treated like human beings.
I know.
People have an issue with it. It's
that's
nuts,
shown
bro.
by the whole All Lives Matters foolishness, bro.
Nuts, bro. Honestly, it's so.
It's so mad. It's so mad because the thing is with that is my thing is by now with the information that's out there, you either get it or you don't. Like there's certain things I'm seeing white people like explain to their white friends and family members like this is how it goes. Like when they're saying Black Lives Matter, that doesn't mean your life doesn't matter. But then in their head, they're just choosing not to. They're choosing not to focus on that now. They're just choosing to be angry. So I'm like, bro,
I feel like that message now is being passed around a bit more this time because when it first started, bro, they were screaming that crap.
Yeah, I had to explain to a lot of
but all lives matter. Like, that's not the point. Like, donuts, bro. But
the thing is, it's
I think enough people are educated.
Yeah. If you think all lives matter, then we should. If all lives really matter, we wouldn't be.
Then we wouldn't be treating Black Lives Matter.
Do you get me? You know how stupid when people and I hear that retort. When I actually hear that, it drives me up the wall, guys. You know,
it's the dumbest thing.
It's so dumb. Like it is. It doesn't make sense. But even on the ground, then we're seeing obviously now white people talking to their friends and their colleagues, etc. My thing, they always like, even see living in Kent, they're like, what can I do, etc. I'm like, bro, you just once again, it's the smaller things. I think people try and attack the big things. Just if you see stuff, just call it out.
All like, I'm saying, everyone should read. Every white person should read why I don't talk to white people about racism.
Where's it called? Rennie Lodge. Yeah, amazing book.
Every white person should read that in the UK.
Yeah,
I don't care. I feel like it should be mandatory.
Yeah, that should be in the school syllabus.
I said,
yeah, 100.
No, that book is amazing.
It's to us. I read it and said some of it was obvious. I thought a lot of it was like, duh, but I mean, like, it's not obvious to white people. Some white people before they start thinking. Some white people, it's not obvious to you.
We live in probably the most age where it's just easy to be clued up about a lot of stuff. The information is flying around.
This is what annoys me the most.
If you don't understand, it's because you chose not to understand.
That's it. You either get it or you don't. That's it.
I can no longer excuse ignorance.
Yeah.
I can't.
Bruv, YouTube, you can learn anything from YouTube, bruv. Pretty much.
Yeah, no, that's true.
You can. I think I said for them, it's just call it out when you see it. It's the minute changes that then cause a ripple effect for the big ones, because you either get it or you don't. Shit. And we don't have to keep on right. You spill a drink.
Nah, I knocked my PlayStation on, but the disc started coming out on a mad thing.
But yeah, no, I just think it's the small changes that they need to they need to concentrate on before trying to jump on the front line. Those small things will be appreciated, Machi. Like. But yeah, man. Shall we get into music now?
Yeah, we do a lighter topic.
A lighter topic, have some fun, because I ain't seen Chris smile in an hour. So
I feel like Chris's rage is just increasing by the second. I feel like he's about to bang out. No, you hit the nail on the head, bro. I can't lie. There's no excuse to be ignorant, bro.
You either get it or you don't, man.
But yeah, maybe before we all just start raging and this just becomes us.
Yeah, ranting, bro. Hey, look at these two angry black men. But
I'm glad the conversation's happening. We just need to keep it going. But anyway, go on. Sorry, go on. I'm bringing it back.
No. I hear that, man. It's the energy we need, bro. Consistency.
We need to. Yeah, but anyway.
So, Dutch Valley, I don't think he's missed since he's come out of bin, but he dropped a track, I don't know, with Dwain and Stormzy.
Well, I mean, he's had 3 tracks. It's not. I mean, yeah, he hasn't missed. He hasn't missed. No, you're right. He hasn't missed. Everyone's been a banger.
Yeah, he hasn't missed it. Like, for me, when I've been, it's just his voice is with. Yeah, and you're right. He has 3 tracks, but I was going to say this one because this one, what's it? I don't know. Obviously, what? Out of all 3?
This one's the hardest.
You think this one's the hardest?
No, it's not.
Bro,
his first one's the hardest.
I'm moving mad. I need to listen.
Yeah, you are moving mad. But Wegz, how is this, bro? Compared to
Only
what's
You Knew.
Track called, bro?
If Only You Know, or Surely.
Yeah, no. If Only You Know.
Yeah, If Only You Know, bro.
The thing is,
that's the banger.
But I think it's Dwain that does it because they ride off each other very well.
You think so?
Rayton's the Dwain, but he's probably the weakest out of the 3 in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, because
he don't sound because he don't sound bad. You don't sound bad, but Dutch Valley killed it. Dutch Valley had the best verses.
I get that. But
the fact is, you go to that tune to hear Dutch Valley, innit? That's the only reason. That was the clincher.
I feel like Stormzy was probably the draw just because of what's going on, bro. But
hold tight, Tion, though. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I can't lie. Yeah. You
and he's been putting out consistent bangers, though. I can't lie.
Now Tion's sick.
I think, in that aspect, you're right. Only because, like, Dutch Valley, on those types of instrumentals, he's just in his bag, bruv. The cadence, the way he delivers, the voice, I'm like, bruv. Like, he's sick. Like,
the voice is
like, he's wavy. But then, obviously, with the Stormzy verse...
He's the real talent in that family, if you ask me, innit?
No, with Stefflon London. Yeah, it's true.
Right, you're not rating Stefflon like that. I think Stefflon's good at what she does. It's just not... Most of it's not for me.
Yes.
I don't know, yeah. Steph makes good music.
I like her bait tune. What was the bait one, fam?
Well, Hurting Me.
Man.
Nah,
I can't lie. There's been a few times man was waving singing.
I was gonna say, Chris, I've seen you shout that, bro. Shout that to the top of your lungs.
That tune's away.
Yeah, I've seen you,
Yeah, but since then, it was downhill for me.
No, her album was terrible. The one that looked like the Little Kim cover.
Was that a mixtape or an album?
Maybe it was a mixtape. Well, everything's everything. Just say I say project for everything now. I don't know what's what.
Everyone's
man.
Bro, when did that happen? I feel like there was a time, like 2015, where all albums became projects. When did it
It's
happen?
streaming,
Because no one distinguishes what's a mixtape and what's an album no more.
Bro.
Or if you have Drake, he calls it whatever he wants, bro.
a playlist.
Demos now.
Man said playlist, demo,
It's mad.
Yeah, that's true.
album,
There has to be
mixtape.
some sort of label thing in it so that they can get away with like putting
But,
music
like,
out.
And he called. See, a mixtape to me isn't just a load of original. I don't know. I'm not going to go into the tech.
No, it's changed now. I think because of streaming, basically. Because when it just goes up on the Spotify or Apple Music, people are like, it just says album there in it, so people just like, yeah.
But mixtapes, what mixtapes used to be is people rapping over
other people's tracks in it
and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it changed from that a long time ago. Let me know if it's like that. You sound like an old head.
2000.
Back in my day.
Yeah, bruv. That's not hip hop.
Yeah, that's not hip hop. What you listen to is trash.
Get
out of here.
I'm not one of them.
Get that shit out of here.
I sounded like one of them. But yeah, with that song came with obviously the rumors and murmurs of Stormzy sending it back to Chip. I don't know how concrete this is. Like, I mean, that would be wavy to see because it'd be two elite MCs going at each other, but I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't think there's any purpose to it.
I don't think he was sending personally.
Do you want me to be real with you?
Even the opening bar, I'm saying, I don't know. Like, is he sending
Chris?
for me? I don't know. I think that kind of typifies it. But yeah, go on, Chris.
All right. I'm no musician, you get me? I'm not a marketing genius or any of that shit, right? But I'm saying you're putting out a tune, you're trying to get some recognition, let's clash. I feel like these clashes are very contrived. Somehow I feel like it wouldn't be that difficult for Chip's people and Stormzy's people to be like, I've got a great idea for both artists. Let's get them to beef publicly because we're promoting something. Or like, for me, I just feel like, because again as well, yeah, I feel like a lot of these artists like that beef, like, of course you're going to end up in the same circles. You're almost guaranteed at one point to be in the same vicinity as that person you're beefing. If you're both in that same industry, both doing the same kind of music, all of that stuff, it's inevitable. So can this beef really be real? How real can this beef be? Especially when I see beef worldwide and then 6 months later they're cool again. It's like, mate, that was a worldwide.
But then there's levels in it. Like, some is it's healthy competition. Some it's like street beef in it. And obviously incidents have happened in the UK scene over stuff. So it's not like it's all been contrived. Huh?
There's more in the UK would happen. It would become like a street proper, like it would become a serious issue. I don't think it would just
start that.
I'm saying
anyone beef.
If they do beef, like it would be, like beef or tends to happen in the UK turns to that kind of stuff.
Not always. Chip and Young and Chip and Tiny, Chip and Bugsy, none of that turned to that.
I think
seems to be one.
Nowadays people know that
they were like cussing each other like to a whole nother extent.
Yeah, but there was no beef though.
Yeah, it was never
they
like
weren't fighting.
Yeah,
they weren't been in the same space.
In the same vicinity, like some award ceremonies and all that.
There's some issues where they have to think about who they book, but that's more gang beef. That's like the proper beef. Like OFB. Well, I'm not even going to go into it because I don't know their real beef in it. So before I just start saying madness, but
please don't speak on this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to speak on something that I'm not 100% sure on, but not like, I wouldn't say like a Chip versus Stormzy. They're both high caliber artists that are both not really, or don't promote that street shit either. Like, I don't see that turning into a madness unless someone goes way too far.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Again, I could be wrong.
I think maybe like there are artists that like that's their spiel in it. Like that's what they put out there. So even if they're not really on beefing people, because they talk about I'm doing this and I'm chefing this man and I'm trapping
but
this.
Some of them, I would say, I know a lot of people love to say this whole art's fake, like they're just chatting. A lot of people aren't just chatting; they're about this life. Like, don't get it twisted. So I think when they're sending for each other, it's a bit different. Because they'll say stuff like "I killed your brethren," like that's a bit different to
that's wild.
Chip saying you're not the king of grime isn't going to be like, no, I need to bang him up. Like,
he disrespected me.
But the thing is, it's mad though because
more of a like healthy competition type beef.
Yeah, because above Skepta, I remember time ago, Skepta made the tune called King of Grime, and their MCs had stuff to say that were his brethren. I'm sure even there was little sends, maybe not from Boy Better Know, but people who he was close to. I think even young Chip sent, bro, when he was like 18 or whatever.
Said what?
I can't remember. I may be forgetting. But Skepta had a song called King of Grime, innit? And people had something to say when he dropped that. But this was like, bruv, this was time ago.
This is like in late 20s, right?
What? When he was in, I don't know how old he was, but I know it was like, I don't know, it's probably still in the noughties. It wasn't in the 2010s. I don't know. Let me see. I got my laptop in front of me. I even look.
I just remember the maddest thing for Skepta was when he had that video, bro, when he was just beating into the house.
All over the house.
That was
Over the house.
Video, bro.
Yeah, that was a bit of a misstep.
Over the house to me. That scene.
I don't even know how we got here, but yeah, that was nice.
No, we're just talking about Skepta and like him calling himself the King of Grime, innit? But that was for me the weirdest thing I've ever seen him do. In the sense.
But bro, do you know what? That was the only one publicized though. I'm telling you, better artists done that.
So what was maddest moments if we had to go through like the maddest moments he's had in his career? Would you reckon they are? Yeah, it was just wild stuff. Like obviously the all over the house thing. I don't know what else is there.
Then you said that was a misstep still.
You get me? I find it bad that he was doing that thing with Naomi Campbell and they were both sitting there like proper avant-garde, didn't it? Like they're like all this thing and then what 2 months later.
Live a life, you know. I mean, live a lifestyle.
Him and Adele were wild to me. I did not ever see that coming.
Yeah, they're from the same ends, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like that's what. Do you think they beat or like what?
I don't know, bro. I try not to buy into this stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Because I feel like most of the things you do for the sake of it. Yeah, or some of it is just more appropriate. Anyway,
but then since then, well, with the Naomi Campbell stuff, Skepta's have a lot of bars about supermodels, started doing stuff with supermodels or supermodels. So I don't know, reading into his lyrics, but
he's hanging around
I don't want to speculate.
I don't think.
But you hear about Naomi Campbell was on that list, didn't it?
Bro, so I need to watch that doc. You know, apparently that doc is mad.
I haven't watched the doc yet, but I know Anonymous leaked the list of Jerry Epstein's clients, and she was on there, or whatever, Connects or whatever.
I saw Chris Tucker. When I saw Chris Tucker, I was a bit like, what?
Chris Tucker was on it.
Yeah, he was literally below Trump because it's like.
Hey, where do I find this list? I feel like I've seen some of the screenshots.
I haven't seen the whole list. I don't think.
I think all I've seen is like some defamation.
I found the list. I found it. But yeah, no, we're talking about current tunes which are popping right now.
I still ain't listened to H's thing yet. That's a lie. I listened to it once, but I need to listen to it again.
That shit's good.
So you haven't listened to it then?
Yeah, I lied. Yeah, I don't know why. It's because I haven't
heard it, but he's not listened to it.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Them ones.
I like that. To be fair, I did like that tape.
I said my piece on that, innit?
Yeah.
Like it sounds good. Like he's a flow man. He will flow. He will outflow most of the scene, and I know that's mad, but I feel like he can go flow wise toe to toe, but he ain't saying nothing really. Like
he's 19, bro. What's he really
I know. Nah, but bro, people can say stuff at 19. Again, I might be sounding like an old head, but Nasreal, Illmatic at 19.
Hey, them man are aliens, Dan, bro. Allow it.
Dan, you're putting them still already, fam. That's different.
Yeah.
Don't matter, bro. I don't feel like age is an excuse though. But no, I rate him.
No, I think with H is just he's just not making music for me in it. Like that's all I can say. He's sick. He's a wavy rapper.
His flow and rhyme schemes are mad. Like when I heard straight rhymes, I was sending it to people. I was gassed. I was like, bro, this guy's rapping.
When he raps in a song, he sounds like he's freestyling. Like he just sounds so calm.
He sounds comfortable. It's effortless, bro.
Yeah, it's effortless.
I think what makes it work as well is the Manny accent. It's a bit different.
Yeah.
No, but he uses well. There's better Manny MCs, but it's the way he uses it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, for me though, he sounds better than Bugsy.
Flow wise,
flow wise, I couldn't get into Bugsy's thing. Like for me, like anyway.
Nah, Bugsy can spit. I don't like a whole project, but he can spit
lyrically. But as in like hearing it, I was a bit like,
bro. When he first done that radio, when he first sent for Chip, I was like, this guy's cold, bro.
Yeah,
he went in on
the fire in the booth.
Yeah, he killed that shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't enjoy a whole album of him. I'll be honest.
Others, Nux dropped 7 days. Bruv, Nux, man. That guy, man. That rapper, man. He's sick.
Wegz ain't heard it. I can tell by his face.
I ain't listened to that guy.
Come on, man.
I gotta be honest.
How have you never, with the amount we go on about him, how have you never listened to him, bro?
I can't lie, I've only listened to a couple tunes. I'm not gonna act like
I'm
I'm
based
mad.
a lot on American
I know.
and like the kind of musicians in UK which I like the sound of. And
Yeah, you only started listening to UK music.
Similar to the American
like
artists.
that,
Just say that.
oh, this nonsense, bro.
You start listening
It's
to UK
true.
artists.
Bro, we only started listening to UK music 2015, bro.
That's
Yeah,
End of
listen, I hate.
Hey, I can't lie, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty much the same for a minute.
Yeah,
I
Chris was the same, bro.
At least you admit it, bro. I
Chris,
rate that.
yeah, to me, I wasn't. That's a lie for me. Chipmunk from back when.
Bro.
Back
Probably
when.
heard one tune by accident on the music channel, bro.
Bro,
Hey. Enough of that. Anyways, for me, right now is why did I forget his name? Pasule.
of course.
What?
Coventry fam. He's cold.
Who?
Pass
Pasule.
2.0.
Oh. Yeah, he's
Who?
sick.
Fam, he's so wavy.
Who?
Isn't it Pastor
Pasule.
Oh, is that how you say it? Pasalu, bro.
Fam, it's a
Fam,
French.
I can't lie. Big Man saying I've probably been pronouncing his name wrong for the longest because I have no clue.
I'm not gonna act like I can speak French, but
This is why rappers should say their names in tunes, you know.
What you mean the guy that sounds exactly
in that
like
one
J.
song.
Hart?
In that one song.
How many songs have
He's
he
got
has? Like 2 songs.
He's got similarities to J Hart, so I can't deny that. But
But
I don't know. There's a little bit of a difference in it. I feel like J Hus is a bit more polished now. He's a bit rough around the edges, isn't it? Because he's still
It's
sounds a
basically
bit
this
more
is
gritty.
like J. Hart in 2016.
Nah,
Basically.
I think he's grittier than J Hus. Not saying J Hus isn't, but I feel like there's a grit to him that is slightly different.
definitely.
Do
You know what's interesting? Like, I listened to SL by himself for the first time. That was new to me.
What do you mean by himself for the first time?
Like, no, he's had.
You ain't heard Gentleman, bro.
Hold on, Dan. You see,
How-
he
how
land.
would it feel?
Let me land.
Young and-
Gosh, bro.
He didn't let me land. When I said that, I like that Bad Luck song.
Yeah, that's cool. That ain't his best song though.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
saying
You ain't
that.
heard Tropical. How have you not heard Tropical?
I have. That's the one with the wavy video.
Yeah,
All of them have wavy videos, though.
Cold.
But there was one where he was in some like ice.
Yeah, that was the snowy one.
Yeah. That I've seen it, but I was just like,
He goes he finds the sickest locations for his videos, bro.
bro, no one's doing that at the moment right now. But to be fair, have you seen I don't want to go back onto it, but Pasule's new video. But I think it's Bang Out.
Brother, I'm sure how you're saying his name is wrong, but I don't want to correct you.
One, that's two, and Wegz likes rappers that have the
Because,
African
bro,
twang.
every time he says this name, yeah, I'm like, who is he talking about? It takes me like a second to work out.
How do you call it?
Especially Wegz as well in his track record of
Oh,
body name.
I don't
Butchery
know
name.
PA Salute.
the home tongue.
Nah,
Look at
you
this.
body name.
How it's
Stop
spelled, bro.
To be fair, I can't lie. That's probably the one time I've heard Wegz say someone's name and actually thought that might be the right way to say it. Like,
It just sounds
sounds
right.
What do you say, Wegz? Say it?
sounds right.
Pasule.
Oh wait,
Hey.
nah, I take it. I take it back. I take
fam, that is not Salute.
I take it back. I take it back.
It's Salute, bro. It's definitely Salute, fam.
It's definitely
Sule.
Oh, don't
Sule.
do
Too late. That's
Anyway,
anyway, bro.
Anyway.
No, it's not anyway. Get the man's name right if you're gonna big him up.
Bro. Anyway, the way you rap
Can't
for
big
it,
up man's.
you man, let
Hilarious.
a man land. But anyway,
If I'm like, yo, big up my guy Wags, fam, you'd be
Who?
exactly
Yeah,
who?
I think
Exactly.
who?
If I was like, yo, my guy Wags, fam,
are you trying
Where's
to
this
say
guy?
me, fam?
that's what you're
Where's
doing.
he from? Where's my
he-
guy from?
Oh no, he said it.
Where is he from?
He's
Hey,
Gambian.
he's
Gambian.
Gambian. He's Gambian. Yeah, he's Gambian.
He's
He's
actually
in J. Hus Gambian as well.
yeah.
Yeah, they could be cousins, bro.
Like Chris is trying to put one-on-one together and be like, are they brothers?
I'm not saying. To be honest, I knew the answer to that question. So I just
You
wanted
know
you
what
to
it is,
say.
yeah? You know what it is with man them like Hus who are so influential. Man them like that are automatically gonna have a lot of sons in it. So we're gonna see like the next wave of Afro wave or whatnot. Even now we see it are gonna sound like J Hus. He's gonna have a lot of
I
sons
don't
in
even feel
it.
like
Good.
I might be wrong, but I don't even feel like Salu's Afro wave though.
Not Afro wave, but we can tell like
I get what you're
takes
saying. No,
praise
he's definitely
and
influenced by Huss, isn't it?
Yeah,
But I'm
he's
saying, I
definitely,
don't even feel like he doesn't sound Afro wavy. He's more
He's a
rap.
different
It's
drill.
just he's got his own style.
He's a different
That
kind of
Huss
Yeah,
style.
I'm going to say then that a lot of people will be influenced
Drill?
by
I would not say he's drill. He's done a drill track. I
It's
think
strong,
he's featured
yeah.
on a couple drill tracks,
Yeah.
like Year of the Real, and I don't know that Back Road G song maybe, but that's not really drill either.
Oh no, the one with Ambush. I think Party Pop.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That song's wavy as well. I can't wait for Ambush's album.
That's a banger.
dropping. This.
Yeah, you know what? Ambush, he's stepping up. You know, I can't like. I was having this conversation the other day.
Nah,
I feel like his album could be wavy.
I listened to
But
that.
people still can't look past Jumpy. That's why people ain't giving.
What? Anthem.
Yeah.
Oh my
They
god.
can't look past
But
it.
Dwayne, wait, pause. Dwayne, what's his most recent track?
It's not Mank one in it.
Sorry?
No, it's not the one with Miss Banks. I don't think I've heard his latest one.
Miss Banks.
Miss
That was time
Banks.
ago. So this is my point. People can't get past Jumpy. They don't even know his new tracks, man.
Jumpy was an anthem.
That's
Like,
the problem.
that
His
year-
first track,
that-
his first big track was too big that he ended up
Okay.
kind of playing catch up.
From when?
I've only heard. I've heard Winners, but I don't think that's his latest one.
That's
the one with
his latest one?
CBs. No, I don't think so.
Well, no, there's Winners and there's AMB or something like that.
Yeah,
that's
AMB,
the
I
one-
haven't heard.
the intro
Yeah,
to the
I haven't
album.
heard that one. Listen,
Yeah.
that year, Jumpy and Jumpy Remix were in my top 5 songs of that year, bro. Both of them. Like, they were so wavy.
He
My God.
flows cold with it, right?
Yeah, his
He's
voice
hot.
as well. He's sick. The
Cold.
way he delivers stuff on the track, he's wavy. Like,
His album's due to be a madness, bro.
Nah,
Can't
that's-
lie.
I
I
hope
hope so anyway.
I can't wait for that.
I hope so.
Because even that EastEnders tune was decent as well.
You know, man likes that one.
You like it because of his EastEnders, not because
I
of the
mean,
actual
he quotes Hollyoaks
Nah,
and
it's
he's
a good song,
first
though.
line. I'm just like, raw.
Of course.
Where's he going with?
No, he's cold,
If
man.
he
I rate
if he
him.
could make a video for it, I think it would be a very cold video.
I swear there's a video for
Yeah.
that now.
Is it?
I don't know. I haven't watched, but yeah, no, Ambush is one to look out for. I'm guessing a lot of artists are gonna kind of release after all of this because there's probably better to write about now in it. So it'll be interesting to see how kind of
Tally in your door.
and
Chris,
whatnot.
what you listened to recently? Chris.
The one thing I listened to fully was the Chris Brown Young Thug thing, which
Oi.
first I wasn't too sure. Then the more I listened to it, I was like, nah, I quite like this album, bro. There's
I need to be outside, man. I need to experience it outside, man. I like
That's
that
what
one.
it is. When I listened to it outside, I think I was doing it. I was working out and I was listening to it. I was like, I love this album. It was actually wavy.
Yeah.
Like,
Nice.
I need to be outside, man.
Dan, I'm so
Yes.
shocked that you haven't heard it, fam.
I've heard it. I just don't like it. I think it's shit.
Raw.
Yeah,
you didn't like it.
man. Nah, he
Yeah,
said
I
it.
don't
yeah,
like it.
man.
Have
Yeah,
you
man.
recently, like the last couple of days or so?
No, I listened to it last week.
Oh, right.
We know Dwain.
It was late.
Dan don't like positive music, man. Come on.
I just thought it was boring, fam. I think there was like 2 tracks. I can't remember what they were called. There was like 2
Go
tracks
Crazy.
that stood out to me. Nah, I bun that.
Boo.
Dan, you're
Get him out of here.
Happy the fool, though. That's all I want to hear from.
mad.
I prefer Thug on his own, man. Chris Brown just came and ruined the vibe, cuz.
Come on, man.
Nah, to be fair,
man.
I'll be honest.
Bro, but you saying-
I'll be honest. I liked the album, but I kind of hear what Dan is saying. I don't feel
So
like
Much
Chris Brown.
Was so much better than this project.
Oh no, So Much Fun was good though. So Much Fun was a very
So
good
much better than
A very
Slam
good
and
album.
B, fam. That's what I'm saying.
A
Chris
very
Brown came and ruined the vibe, man.
Nah,
They
I
should have
don't.
just done another.
I think
much fun.
I think they worked perfectly together.
Perfect.
You know why? It
I
was
wouldn't
an
say
interesting one because I never thought them two would ever make like a joint album together. I was a bit like, oh,
Yeah,
this
but that's the
Yeah.
point, though. That's the point. You wouldn't put those two together. There's a reason your brain doesn't make that connection.
no,
I
but
don't think.
and the
I
fact
don't
that
think
it
they work
worked
that well
so
together.
well, like
I don't think it worked.
I don't think it worked well, bro. I can't lie to
I
you.
think it was a decent
I'm
album,
not rating it.
but I don't think it worked that well. It's
I
a
feel
7 out
like
of
it was
10. I like that
nothing.
vibe, man.
I feel like it was nothing better than they could have made solo, and that's what proves my point.
I'll give him
Chris
that.
Brown could make a better solo album than that, and so could.
Listen, man, we can say all that, but that Go Crazy track, that shit right there.
That's just another TikTok foolishness, bro. I'm too old for
Hey,
that.
get out of here, man. Get out of here with your
That's a
energy.
little- that's a
You're
little-
Not
negative.
everybody's
anthem, bro. I
cynicism,
don't
big
feel-
man.
Dan, is that?
I don't deal with them. I don't deal with them TikTok anthems, bro.
After
Hey, why not, bro? Why you don't do the challenge, bro? I see you do the challenge,
They're
bro. I
trash,
see you.
bro. What challenge? You think I'm TikTok?
Hey, imagine that doing the Go
Yeah,
Crazy.
Big
Fine,
man,
first
I'm
game.
almost
Every
30.
single one of us, yeah, I will give you every single one of us will give you a tenner, yeah.
Hey,
If you
no,
do it.
imagine that
How
doing the
broke
Go
do you
Crazy
think I am,
challenge.
bro? I ain't
Bro,
That don't need your money, do you?
you know how
Bro,
funny it would
behind
be
that,
seeing Dan hop out the car and do a go crazy challenge, bro. Oh my goodness.
I don't even know what that is, but
Don't worry.
Fam,
Don't
if
worry.
I ever saw Dad do that, yeah, that's how I know the rapture's coming the next day.
Yeah,
That's
man. Like, rah, what? That's on TikTok. Yeah, so it's done.
how
It's
the
done.
rapture's
Yeah.
coming the next day.
bro,
fam.
something would have to change for me to go on TikTok. Man. I could not even imagine.
You're not rated, fam.
That's not my type of thing. Making stupid videos, bro. Bear, that's cringe, fam.
The worst thing is actually just a
A
good song.
lot of it is
Like,
cringe. A
it's just a
lot
good
of
song.
it is cringe.
What?
But the song is sick.
It's a good
I
song.
don't like the song.
Yeah.
Nah, it's boring. I thought it's generic. I feel like bare people
No, what
made
you
that
talking
thing.
about? That song slaps.
Dad, you're a
generic.
wanker, you know that.
Mad generic. I don't know. I like originality, bro. I like something a bit.
Oh, and the Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs album is top notch, by the way. I don't know why.
The floor is yours.
That's album of the year, but let me not go into
Yeah.
that, bro. Because
But Freddie Gibbs had rap album of the year. When did
Last year.
Bandana drop?
last year.
Yeah, he had that as well.
Album of the year, 2 years in a row, my G.
Yeah.
2P.
Wow.
His
Freddie
deal.
It's getting better.
I know Freddie Gibbs, but how do you have 2 albums of the year, 2 years in a row, and you're just Freddie Gibbs? You're not like. Maybe it's just my ignorance, but I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem.
I'm exaggerating. Yes, it's opinion, isn't it? But bare people would say.
I thought it was official. Oh my.
No. Probably it's only June, bro. How can you even give man album of the year?
I don't know.
No, last year I'm sure a lot of he was like from the
I think more people put Igor number 1. If I'm honest.
Oh yeah, Igor was a good album though. Igor was a very good album too.
It's arguable. It's definitely arguable.
I still listen to Igor now. Like I really like Igor. Like I really like.
I still listen to Bandana, bro.
Oh yeah, Bandana slaps.
I listen to both. But
Yeah.
anyway, that Freddie Gibbs. Well, it only came out last week. Yeah, last week.
Yeah. I checked it out yesterday. It's a very good album.
So you gotta let it breathe a bit before. I'm just gassing it. But I don't know.
At least my nose.
Nah. For me, well, I think we're all gonna agree. Even I don't know, but Burna Boy, African Giant, definitely album of last year. Just to clarify.
Oh no, yeah, on replay value.
Just to clarify.
Album of the year.
Yeah.
Wegz is right.
Nah. Nope.
Nah, Wegz is right. Because if you go to my Spotify on replay value, I'll probably play the album the most. So on that, then yeah.
That's probably the best.
You know what it is, man? The album is a year old, but you just know in 10 years' time you're gonna rate it. You just know. The songs on there already sound timeless.
The thing is, it's sick here, but I wouldn't say it's album of the year.
Do you know how many? I could hear Secret in 20 years' time and still love that tune.
Oh no, Secret's a mad thing though. I'll give you that. Secret's a mad thing.
I could hear anybody.
I can't lie though. Secret, Sarani kind of makes that stuff.
Yeah, Sarani, the voice.
I won't lie, Sarani makes that track. But yeah, Secret's a mad thing. I can't lie. That's my favorite track off it.
Nah, man, Burna Boy came clutch with that album.
Mine's killing.
I don't think that's not album of the year, bro. I just said my album of the year, bro.
Yeah, wait. Hey, what Wegz? You're hitting Zanku.
I don't know how.
It was Zanku.
Hey,
Nation, you was quiet. Obviously, right.
What?
Obviously, that is
for my money to be stolen.
Come on, man. Don't do that, man. My money's invested.
I said,
hey, wait, you're gonna have people hating your guts, man. How you making?
I'm joking. Nah,
I'm over that.
He's not joking.
I couldn't. I don't even really see who's going actually musically there. I didn't pay attention to it.
Man said killing them. I want to see Wegz doing Zanku, bro. Best say I want to see all of
that
that.
song when it comes on GTA, it's a vibes. Yeah, fam, don't worry, it's everywhere.
I can't lie, I might re-download it. I might re-download it, but I was thinking about it. But I was just like,
please.
That song was wavy for me. But there's a lot of other bangers on that which probably resonates.
2019. I'm trying to think what I listened to the most, but I think African Giant is up there. Like definitely. Oh, and obviously Snow Allegra's album as well. That was like top 3. But yeah, of course, Wegz. Wegz to do R&B, so.
He does.
He's not the only one.
Weekend, bro.
He likes, that's his R&B for Weekend and Chris Brown.
I'm a fanboy of the Weekend. All that.
Yeah, you are.
Why are you getting defensive?
No, I know they forget that, but everyone forgets the Weekend's cold. That when it comes.
I like the Weekend, your cousin.
Relax.
Hey, that's kind of racist, bro.
I mean, in this climate, Dan, I'm not gonna put it on him, but Dwain, watch out.
Bro. Just because they're from the same country, don't mean they're related.
Oh, get out of here, man! I need Levy in this situation, bro. Let me laugh.
Come on, bro.
That's mad. That's mad.
Get it together, man.
You know, them ones where we're talking about, oh, have you ever experienced racism? I mean,
Yeah, for real, man.
I mean,
guy here, man.
I said the answer to that question used to be no.
In this 2020.
I think on that
Hey,
note,
Hey, forget last year though. Just quickly, what's your project of this year so far? It's halfway through the year, isn't it? Almost
Yeah,
exactly.
true. We'll wrap up with this
What's
too.
come out, bro? I can't even remember, bro.
2 days in. High of
Get
life.
it together, man.
Okay,
That
I will
weekend?
go.
Nah.
Wait, how much shall I give you? How many projects?
Doesn't matter. I'm just asking, bro. There's no structure.
Okay, on replay value, Big Conspiracy by J Hus,
Yeah, that's
Amusing Her Feelings by Division.
Right,
Punch
Dwayne, you look
Niggas.
like you've pre-written a list, bro.
No, you know what's funny, and it's the conversation we had on
Man was
WhatsApp. I just went back
prepped.
to that. Innit? I went back to the conversation that we had on WhatsApp. Conchalini the first. I'm still banging that, bro.
Conchalini the First is a good album.
Bro, I still multiple wheel-ups and a
M.
Arranged Testament.
Honcho.
M.
M.
Honcho.
Honcho's thing.
What did Chris say?
Yeah.
They said that's a good album.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, J Electronica and Kehlani's album and 07 Shakes.
Bro,
as
that
well.
ain't J Electronica. It's J Electronica and Jay-Z, fam.
Yeah, J Electronica
I
and Jay-Z.
refuse to call that
Yeah.
a J Electronica project.
But there's been some good projects this year, though. Those are the ones that I've been listening to, like, constantly. Like, I always go back to. Like, Big Conspiracy, boy.
Weekend's album's cold. On the
Yeah.
R&B. On the
It
R&B.
was alright.
Yeah, I wasn't blown away. Maybe
Yeah,
I feel like
it
I
was
need
just-
to be depressed when I listen to it to enjoy it.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
not that deep.
I feel like I need to take a whole bunch of drugs to relate to it.
Wow.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Wow. I mean, I'm
Well,
not
like that's the second episode, brother. That's the what you want to put out there, guys. Wow.
You said?
I guess we never get new sponsorships now, B.
Nah, I'm joking.
I did like Drake's thing. I don't know if you lot liked it. That
Ugh.
I did like.
Album of the year, bro.
No. I just said I
Oh,
liked it. Dan,
crazy.
listen.
Well, that demo,
Yeah,
that
you've mentioned
drunk-
2 albums. That's the second one, bro.
What?
Hey, certain
What was the other
man in
No, that's
certain
not
man in the Zoom pool don't like Drake, innit? Certain man in the Zoom pool don't like Drake. I'm not naming names, but
it's not me, Wegz or Dwain.
I'm not arguing because I know you guys know I like Drake. You just like to run this because I don't worship the ground he walks on.
Wow. Neither do we, B. I'm just saying,
I
innit?
don't know, you know. I don't know.
I actually
Everything
love
he
this.
got,
I actually love this agenda, you know.
It'll
Hey,
probably
when that TikTok song came out, you man were gassed. To the
Yeah, I did a
Listen.
video and what?
I enjoyed the song for a weekend and I let it go.
Yeah,
Nah,
Yeah.
man. You man were gassed, bro. I never seen a group pop off for a song that much.
I wasn't that
And it
guy.
was
Listen,
off that.
Black
listen.
leather
You know
gloves,
what?
no
A lot of it was
teeth.
because we
That's
knew-
crazy.
Say that again.
You say?
I said a lot of it is because we knew Dad didn't like it in it, so he was just running.
Yeah,
it.
nah,
Dad-
it's true.
Don't try and run that. That's a gas.
Come on,
I
this is the
wasn't
truth.
even involved in the conversation, bro. That's a gas. You man were gassed off that. You man trying to cover their tracks.
Nah,
bro.
man. Nah.
Listen,
I
I
don't-
enjoyed it for what it was, innit?
You know what it is, yeah?
That's fair. That's honesty, innit? I rate it. But
That's it.
I don't rate that track.
That's it, man. Drake. That's it, and I think that's Drake. Like now, we'll see what the new album's saying if he's still dropping in the summer because I think he's meant
Some
to
of
be
the
dropping
demos,
July.
the demos were good.
What,
though.
say that again.
I said it weren't bad. Some of the demos were alright. But
Yeah,
that's
some of them
exactly
were
what
good.
it felt like. Like it was
That
just like
Demon song with 5E Foreign? I can't even say his name.
What Demons?
Yeah, that's a big
Yeah,
tune.
Demons is hard. I like that. Stuff.
Demons.
I was bagging that today actually. That's
Yeah,
hard.
and I like
this
that.
the Skepta chip thing, that tape.
That was good.
Oh, the Insomnia.
Yeah, that was decent.
Nah,
Chip
I haven't gone
carried
back to
that.
it that much though.
I haven't really gone back to
there's
it.
been some good
I
albums.
listened to the John Oliver album. Did that come out this year or last year?
Yeah, that was this year as well.
That was
I
weird.
I ran through it. I need to listen to it again because I only ran through it once. But
That's
I was
fine.
liking the sound of it.
That's a vibes.
Then it's another one of these Travis Scott sons, isn't it? Like you said, when you get to a certain level, you're always gonna have
Yeah.
sons.
Man, like
You're
I
gonna-
feel
yeah,
like
you're gonna have
John
fun,
Tolliver
man.
can sing though. Like, I feel
Yeah,
like he
he's
can
talented,
actually
man.
sing.
He had that wavy song on Madden, bruv.
And then let's not get into it.
Yeah, the song's cold, bruv. Song's cold, but yeah, no.
And I like, even I like that.
Let's not rant. Who are you to wrap up? Who are you looking forward to dropping if they drop like this year in 2020? Who are you looking forward to? Like, I'm looking forward to the album.
I already know albums of the year, bro. Only Kendrick can full top it.
Fair
I
enough.
don't know if Travis is gonna drop, but I'd like to hear from
Don't
Travis.
care.
Raw, Dan.
Nah, I'm joking.
Respect.
It'll be alright.
He's not joking. He's not joking.
He's not joking, bro.
He's not making my album of the year list. He's not beating West Side Gun. He's not beating West Side Gun. He's not beating.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, that album was sick as well.
West Side Gun. That's in my top 3. Yeah, I don't. Dwayne, what are you trying to do? A music video, bro? It's not the time.
Fair. I got bored, innit? Fair.
Yeah, no. West Side Guns was mad still. That was my shit.
Dan, you listen to rap, fam. That's what you listen to.
Yeah, I know. That's why I stay quiet sometimes, because I don't listen to I listen to the same music as you, but I go.
Nah, Wegz likes to listen to music that makes him jump. You know, jump.
Nah, Weekend don't make you jump. Weekend makes you sick.
Thank you. I mean,
but he likes. But we know why he bangs for Weekend so much, man.
Because
can't
say it again.
No. Because if I say it, you'll call me racist, innit? So.
And you know, you've already done it.
All right, Karen.
But no, for me, Travis, I want to hear from J. Cole. It's been a bit of a minute.
That's a yeah. You know what?
He did that Dream.
I'm joking. I want to hear J. Cole as well.
Like you said, no, you don't want to hear that.
Man said we don't need that.
I get worried with J. Cole projects because like they're good, but I feel like he always falls off like a little bit. Like,
ironically, I think his next album is actually meant to be called The Fall Off. I actually think, or The Thing.
Oh, it's actually going to be called The Fall Off.
I actually think so. Yeah. That's what he said.
No pun intended.
When your boy JB Schofield dropping the thing, bruv?
Bruv, he has one tune, bro.
Please.
Nah, he has two tunes. He has two tunes.
But he sounds, all of it should sound the same, innit?
Hey, he's only had 2 songs, I swear.
I like him better.
Drake.
Did he make a song with Drake?
JB Schofield? No. You're right.
Imagine.
That definitely didn't happen, bro.
I don't know who JB Schofield is.
He's the one that made
Make sure the money. Oh my God! You know that song. What do you mean? Like this guy?
Bro, he's even on FIFA, bro. I swear. Well, one of them sports games.
Never under the McDonald's. Oh my, yeah, that song bags, bro. Stretch it.
Oh yeah, okay. Now I remember that. That was okay. I saw that on Twitter.
I think it will be Kendrick. I'm always looking probably when Drake drops. I would like to hear from J. Cole with everything that's happened. I'd like to hear from J. Cole. I would like another album from SZA. I want her to drop. Trying to think who else.
Hey, Miz or Mac got free today, so I was waiting for that. But I think I'm on my J's on that one. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say who. Miz or Mac, bro.
Miz or Mac.
Miz or Mac, bro. Miz or Mac, bro.
Is that 2 different people?
Drill legend. No, that's one person.
Oh, right.
Harlem. He's from Harlem. He's in the Harlem Spartans, bro. He just got free today or yesterday.
From prison.
Oh, Wegz. No. He got freed for something else.
And Digga D got freed as well. Hey, all the drill artists are coming out again, bro.
They'll be back in soon. But
all the top guys are coming back out again, man.
Yeah, they'll be
just waiting for. Well, LD dropped something the other day, so I don't know if he's out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I don't know if he's out. I don't think he's out. But when he comes out, all the top drill guys are back, man. Waiting for Digga D to drop something.
So what? They're gonna restore the feeling, yeah?
Drill like I do, huh?
They're gonna restore the feeling, yeah?
Bro, the feeling ain't gone nowhere, bro. Joe's still the amongst the youngers. Joe's still.
It's the biggest. Yeah, no, it is. If
I'm honest.
But yeah, before we keep on going.
Drake, J. Cole, boring.
No.
The generic. Oh, get out of here, man.
I say let's wrap it up.
Yeah, that was I think that was a good conversation. Still, we will be back. We're gonna have more of these. Hopefully, when things get back to normal, we'll be in the same room, so it won't have to be a Zoom chat. But yeah, man. You know, if anyone wants to drop their socials, we can plug obviously the website as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, for real. That business will start you out for sure, man.
Yeah, parttimers.co.uk is where this will probably drop.
Yeah, just make sure you smash that like button. Sorry,
bro, I'm not about that. Well, you man can do that though. I rate that.
That's definitely gonna be the end.
Nah, we're keeping that in.
That's like button.
And subscribe as well.
Like the video.